Welcome back, everybody. Aga Swiecki here from SKG. Today's subject is the value of neutrality. And I will explain what neutrality means. I originally thought, let's call it hear me out, because that's really the most important aspect of it. But we're going to talk about the value of neutrality. And when I say neutrality, it's neutrality in the way I speak, neutrality in the way I receive you when you're speaking. It's neutrality in my approach to new things, and just in general in energy and behavior. So we all come with certain wounds, certain emotional, mental wounds. None of us are immune to it, and this is the ultimate equalizer. We're all in this together. We all have certain wounds, right? So sometimes these wounds show up, and we can tell that the person is hurt by certain things, that they're sensitive about certain things, and sometimes they don't. The ones that don't are the tricky ones, right? But we all have pet peeves and sore spots and pain points, and then we have patterns and all this behavioral baggage from our conditioning, our parents, our cultures, our upbringing, right? So we all come into this with quite a bit of stuff that we're carrying. So what we want to talk about today is how the brain reacts to things that are unfamiliar to it. It will make sense in a minute. It is a necessary subject, especially now with everything that's happening in the world, with everything that's been happening in the world. But the brain oftentimes treats foreign concepts, unfamiliar concepts, as threats. So this is threat. I'm fearful, I'm gonna back out, I don't wanna be friends with you, or I don't wanna experience what I'm experiencing right now because I'm afraid. So foreign or unfamiliar equals a threat to the brain, oftentimes, right? So think about, how do you react to something unfamiliar to you? Like what your body language does, and where does your mind go, and how you are emotionally. Do you lean into the experience, or do you escape, right? So think about travel. When you're traveling to a foreign country for the very first time, it's terrifying, right? Everything is new. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on the train, and I don't know how to do this, and I don't know if they're going to understand me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to communicate. All these emotional stress is going through your mind because this is a first time experience. But then you go here and there a couple of times, you've traveled quite a bit, you're a seasoned traveler, and things like delayed flights and things not going the way you want them to go, and the hotels not looking the way you want them to look, don't cause you to feel so stressed and fearful, right? It's more of an adventure. It's exciting. It's a diversity of experience. So this is what we're talking about here. The brain treats foreign, unfamiliar concepts as threats. So when you start noticing how you're reacting to new experiences, new people, think about cultures, especially maybe cultures that are very opposite end of yours, very, very different. Or think about opinions. Think about when someone is expressing their opinion, whether it's political, whether it's medical, whether it's religion or spirituality, it really doesn't matter. Be an observer and see, where does your mind go and how are you reacting? Are you saying, hey, tell me more about this? This is very interesting. This is not the culture I come from. So I'm curious if XYZ, or I don't know that I understand what you're saying. Can you tell me more? Or can you share your story? Because it is so different from mine. Or do you simply remove yourself from the situation? And let's say you don't go as deep into a conversation, or you're not friends with someone because they're different than you, or you won't travel to certain places because they're terrifying. So none of this is, don't judge yourself for it. None of this is bad, right? It's just simply an observation, because it lets us know our capacity in the moment for neutrality and curiosity. So it goes either way, right? You're experiencing a new thing. It either goes curiosity, let me find out more about it, or judgment, and I don't want to be here because I feel fear. This is new, this is unfamiliar, I don't want to be here. So there's a value in neutrality. There's a value in remaining in the space where we are neutral to the experience and curious about the experience. And it doesn't matter which level we're experiencing it on, right? So this is of value, not just to you as an individual, because it makes you better. It just makes you better as a human being. It makes you kinder. It makes you more relatable. It makes you more interesting. It makes you more dimensional and dynamic, right? And then, of course, it adds tremendous value to you as a leader, you as a manager. If you have teams that you're collaborating with, test it. It's incredible, right? People open up to you way more because they feel accepted. They feel that you value the full person, not just the facade they give you. Test it. It's incredible. And then, of course, it adds value to the community. It really adds value to the humanity as a whole. If you think about the climate that we're in right now and how tense it is, and how opinionated people are about different concepts, and how divided sometimes it feels. So this can be shifted. This can be shifted with practicing neutrality. This can be shifted with practicing neutrality, not just personally, but in every interaction. So lean into that curiosity, lean into that neutrality, and then observe yourself and tweak as you go. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.